Okay, here we go. Welcome to Poppitt's Garage. We ran into a little snag, but I'm going to go on here and we're going to just talk about things a little bit here. Two snags, actually. Pause music. First is my Rocketfish webcam went to you. It's gone. I don't know why it is mic, so I have to move my laptop around to get a picture in here. And that's going to be a little inconvenient when we're rolling underneath. It's kind of a good thing we have the second technical snag, and that is we have scratch bearings. So we had to order some bearings. They aren't in town right now, and they'll be coming in shortly, maybe tomorrow. And then we'll actually do. So right now, we'll just kind of talk about plugs over here, so that this my laptop cam is a little more mobile.
There it is. Unplug this. What's battery say? Battery says, battery says good to go. Okay. So, all right. Here we go. Pull the plug. And it is now raining in South Yahoo. So I introduce you to the Poppitt.
Hey.
All right, his card we have here.
1974 Camaro LT.
1974 Camaro LT.
Matching numbers, engine, transmission, and heads.
Wow, where'd you find something like that? What does matching numbers mean?
It means it's all original from 1974.
So the engine and the car are the same, are what originally
Same
came?
exact VIN number.
Okay. And I understand also it has the original transmission
Yes.
from 40 years ago.
Yes.
40,
and
41
really
years.
good condition, actually.
And everything works. Everything's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty amazing find.
I actually have a guess. It's probably about 30,000 miles.
Okay.
On the actual engine and everything itself.
Wow. Who buys a car and lets it sit for 40 years? Only 34,000 miles. I put that in a year. Okay. So we're looking down here at some pistons. I can't see what you're looking at, but okay, that looks right. And so you installed the plastic gauge right now?
Yes, I put plastic gauge on the crankshaft. I installed this piston right here, piston number 1. Okay, how plastic gauge works is it's a little plastic, yes, and you put it on whatever you need to measure. And my case is the crankshaft down here, and then you tighten down the end caps on the pistons, and after you tighten it, take it. Depending on how much the plastic is squished, it'll let you know
Well, that's what these lines on this case. It's that line 0.051 inches. Okay, so that squish you can how much springs and the journal. Now I understand the bearings you're using right now. You found some scratches on.
You know, I have to take all the pistons I just 5th time and put them back in with the new bearings.
Let's see if we can get. I'm gonna get a light. Hold on a second. Okay. This is kind of a novel, carrying a whole film underneath the car. But you got to do what you got to do. All right. My other thing's broken. My flashlight's broken on my phone. Where are you?
Dead.
Okay. This is a Murphy day.
Where everything goes wrong?
If it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah. Yesterday at Taco Bell was like that. Our computers crashed 3 times.
Your computer's crashed. All right. I think I've got it up here. Now it's doing down there on the crank looking at is a torque wrench going onto an end cap bolt. And that's the journal down there. And it had some debris or dirt or something on it when we installed the pistons last time. Not sure where it came from yet, but it came. We put the pistons on, and it wound up scratching the bearings. Where's number 2 piston? I see it. I'll talk about it. You found scratches on this one as well?
Yes.
So here's the original 40-year-old piston ring or piston. Hold on. I'm gonna try to spot put this down. It's raining out here, as I said, so I'm gonna try to keep this dry. Okay, that's kind of good. Okay, this is the connecting rod, end cap, the piston. We've got brand new pistons in here, and they're conveniently marked with. I get the light right here. There's an F right there. I'll turn it over.
Unconveniently marked.
There's an F right there, and if you have a good enough maintenance shop installing your pistons, they're going to press these wrist pins in right here. Then they're going to align the F so it faces forward.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and now we had marked these which way was forward because they're really the same on both sides. Differences that will really wreck your engine if they go in backwards after on a used connecting rod. So what we had done is one side here is machined down smooth and it has no markings, and this side here is machined down smooth and stamped with a number 2. Okay, C2. All right, the webcam's probably not going to catch this so well, but that's, believe it or not, looks kind of like, but it's actually a number 2. It looks like a 2 to me. It doesn't look like a 2 to the camera. So there's a 2 up here and there's a 2 down here. It goes back together, and we know which one went with what. The bad news is this bearing looks actually good.
That's not a bearing.
Oh, I saw the notch in it. I thought it was a bearing. Oh.
Bearings are over there. On the trash.
Oh, I see it. Yep. All right. That was just greasy. All right, and this bearing is actually bad. There's an angle. You can see this big scratch going right around there. Okay, and it went all the way around. These are actually brand new bearings, so it's kind of a bummer. But when we spun the engine, apparently we did not anticipate that dirt was going to get in there. And so anyway, when we get the new bearings in, he take out all those pistons again. Yeah, again. We're going to line them up. We're going to put new bearings in. And I'll give you a little. I'm going to take it later. I'll bring you on my that'd be nice. There we go. I think it stopped. Okay, sorry for that. But the new bearings, when you get them, are going to go inside here. Okay, we're going to take this cap off, and we're going to slide this one in here, and we're going to slide the other half up here. You press them in, not press them in. They just snap in pretty much. And then we'll go through and we'll compress the rings. Okay, this particular piston arrangement has 5 rings. You've got 2 compression rings up top. You got an oil expansion ring, the little rubber band or little corrugated swirly thing. And then outside of them, you can't see it very well, but there's oil seal rings. There's one on the top of the spring thing and one on the bottom of the spring thing here, right? Right there. There's one, and there's one right there. Okay, lined up. You're going to line up the gaps so that they don't, so that when the gases go by, they don't make a straight path down. So this top ring, then it's got to screw over here, and this other gap is going to be around the corner over here. Okay, it's called offsetting. Offsetting the gaps. And up top here, you can see over here and go around the top. Ring has this gap over here, and all that does is means when the piston chamber explodes, the gases going around this piston have to go through the top one, wiggle around, go through the bottom one, wiggle around, and then come out. In other words, it makes it harder, makes a better seal. Okay, if they're all lined up, made a straight shot for the gases to come out, that would be bad. You'd lose some power in your engine. Okay. When he goes to installing these, he's going to take his ring compressor. It's a piston ring compressor. He's going to ratchet down on this, and it's going to squeeze the rings tight against the piston. Then close up those gaps. And once that's done, he'll take the whole piston with the hole on top of it, piston hole, one of those piston holes. Stick it in one piston holes there. Then he's going to use a wooden test. Now, be careful of there. While the piston's going down, the connecting rod is going down too, and it's on top of a polished crankshaft journal. So we're going to put some rubber tape around, or any kind of rubber tubing or tape or something like that. I'm going to put that around connecting rod studs to kind of guide it from underneath. So as the connecting rod goes down, we're going to steer it around the bolt, like smack right into your nice polished journal. Okay, so like I said, he just plastic gauge the journal. He's taking it out, and now you're going to check the measurement. Well, he just had to polish off the journal. So now what he wants to do is to use this bearing, even though it's bad, he can use it to measure the clearance in that bearing, oil clearance. There has to be some kind of gap in there, a small gap that oil can flow through, and underneath between the journal and the piston. If you have to say how big it was still raining. And here's Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Buddy. Yeah, that's me. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where's my Q&A session here? I'm looking right into the sun. Yeah. There it is. All right. So we got a little quiz going on here. First one up. How many rings go on each piston in the Chevy 350? Do you remember? Okay, I'll leave that question up there for a minute. Let's see, what can we talk about? So, okay, the new bearings are $5, and they have to be ordered. They don't carry them locally for whatever reason. They get 3-car. I was hoping that we would find a set around here. Maybe if we called around, we might get lucky, but we'll have to drink. So instead of that, we're going to go through with taking off all the other pistons. And you're going to see here, he's removing a piston right now. You're up against the rim. Here comes number 1, and it is out. All right, and there you can see quite a few scratches in that one too. And the plastic gauge is on there. We're going to take it from its fattest point for its lowest clearance, because that is a damaged bearing. And we're going to measure it with the green tape. What's it looking like? 0.001 even?
Looks like it.
Low, widest gap there. It's a little narrow in that, so it's 0.0003. 2, maybe 3. Okay. And what's the tolerance? 001.
0013 to 0035.
35. Oh, so it's all intolerance all the way across with that, even with that bearing.
Right here, it's not
Oh, 1 is too tight.
too loose. No,
How to get too tight?
no, it's too loose.
0.001 is small. 1
0013.
it's
Yeah.
small. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that gap is too small. What could have happened here was that that's on the top of the germ. It could have been crushed. All the bolt compressions. It when we hammered. So I think, well, I seriously doubt it's 40-year-old engine. I seriously doubt that clearance is too small.
Yeah.
So it's got at its widest point, it's within tolerance. We should look at it. One of them with a new bearing, and we don't have to go through all of them again. But
I still have to check all the other bearings.
yeah. It's all. I don't have a light. Okay. Okay. Up underneath the car. I think, okay, there I can see. All right. You can see some connecting rods, some main bolts. Let's see if I can set that down. Okay. All right. So this is a connecting rod. Bolt right here. All right. A little work ahead of us. I think we're going to kind of end the broadcast now. So that's kind of goodbye from Poppitt's Garage. Nag is going to take us into 1, maybe 2 more days. And so the final goodbye and goodbye. Yeah, from Buddy. Look over here. Look, no, look at the little webcam. You know what a webcam is. Not the squirrel. Not the squirrel. Not the squirrel. Look this way. Okay. Not interested. Everybody say bye to Buddy. Bye, Buddy. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.